Hello and welcome, this is rooflemonger, and in this video we're going to be talking about the changes for Android 17 in Season 3.5 of Dragon Ball FighterZ. Now we've made a few videos kind of going over the characters that receive more significant changes, and we're doing this one by request as quite a few people asked. Now on paper, if you look at the patch notes, 17, it's not like a mile long like a Jiren or a Blue Vegeta or a Videl, right? It's basically, you can do Rekkas in the air, and reverse gear, that is bubble into the blast here, camera shift different. Doesn't read like a lot, but these things actually lead to quite a bit. So let's break it all down. So right there, we got a nice little extension thanks to the new barrier buff, and we got a sliding knockdown when we never normally would have been able to thanks to the new EX elbow change here. And there's a lot more to talk about, especially on the air EX stuff, because that gets pretty crazy. But yeah, that's just a little bit of a taste of stuff that wasn't possible before. Now first up here, reverse gear, it's just a quality of life change, makes combo stuff easier, right? So you do it, you get the wall bounce, and keep in mind, yes it is EX, so it takes half a bar, but still it's a powerful one. And from that point, you can just run up and do whatever you want really, or you can cancel into your wall bounce, specifically the backwards one. It'll bring you in line with the enemy wall bouncing, and it will give you very easy re-jumps, as you can see there, right? So normally re-jumps, you'd have to do the old stand heavy, delay homing, air dash, and it's pretty easy to screw up even at the best of times, right? And this one, timing is pretty fair, pretty easy. Just do that bounce, and right before you land, hey, just hit jump medium, land, hit stand medium, and then bop them all the way back up. Now EX elbow, so that is just your forward Rekka series in the air, and you do the X version. That gives sliding knockdown everywhere. That's great, but that is hardly the only application. We got a lot to talk about. So first up here, just another example, combo-wise. So just another example there. Thanks to the EX bringing us straight all the way down to the ground, you can stay nice and level. We used our power charge and got the shots off afterwards as well. And if we had another assist, very easy DR, all that kind of stuff. So just right there, good quality of life change. Now, here's one of the biggest applications of this new aerial EX Rekka is it is a true overhead. The fall down in the elbow part. You got to block that standing. So say we take the enemy here and we're just going to make them crouch and guard all. So when it connects, hey, see, I got to block it standing, right? And there's a lot of application for a lot of these changes of the tiger knee technique. And I know I've shown off in a million videos, but in case you don't know, all the tiger knee technique is this. You do the motion, so in this case, quarter stick forward. We're obviously not in the air yet though. This is an air move. So from that point, just add the diagonal, so you're jumping. And from that point, you're airborne, right? So you're effectively doing this air move as low to the ground as possible. And then you wind up with situations like this, where you're doing this move very low to the ground. It's effectively an unseeable overhead. It is very difficult to deal with, and of course, since it's, your Rekka chain, you can keep going from there. Now, when you're up against an enemy, right, if you do something like, charge up, blocks an assist, charge forward, then it gives you another layer of mix, right? You can go low, you can go for like a cross-up, depending on the character. His cross-up potential is not amazing, but actually we have some stuff about that later in the video. Or you can just go right for it, stay very low to the ground, and do this. Now, when you do it correctly here, the fastest possible timing, it'll be a little north of 20 frames. Depending on the character's hitbox, the size of them, it can hit a few frames earlier. But yeah, it's an option, right? And of course, you can also do the reverse version, because it has both Rekkas in the air, not just the forward version. So you can do an EX fast fall as well to trick people, and of course after you land, that also will go into Rekka series, or you can just basically fake out land, Dragon Rush, something like that, right? So just being in the enemy's face against 17 is more deadly than ever, thanks to this one small change of being air okay, and in fact you're able to tiger knee the move, gives you all sorts of crazy mix-up potential, and that's far from it. We got so much more to talk about. Now, the Tiger Knee shenanigans, doing the move as low to the ground as possible, does not stop there. The quarter circle back series, light, medium, heavy, also bring you straight down to the ground, right? And it doesn't matter how high up you are, you're going right down. And the application of using the tiger knee technique here is pretty big, because all of a sudden you can go over the head right quick as you just kind of do the equivalent of instant air dash over the head, but land immediately in place on the other side. So depending on the character and depending on your positioning, you can really mess with, hey, what side am I going to land on? And of course from there, just go right into Rekka series left-right shenanigans, right? Definitely most useful with an assist, and just go from there. You get to choose, right, depending on how high up you are when you cancel. Very low to the ground, you may be able to stay same side. A little higher up, you'll switch over. Imperceptible to the enemy, only you know as one inputting, because it's literally the difference between a few frames. So once again, all you have to do, just do the motion, in this case quarter circle back, and then just hit up back while you're doing it so you're in the air, and you'll get this little instant side switch into all these fun left-right gimmicks. And the fun doesn't stop there. Of course, naturally, these are special moves, therefore they're special cancelable, right? So something like that, where you can just jump in, go on the other side, cross over. That's cool. That's interesting. How about this? Which side am I on? You had to guess right both sides, right? That's kind of tricky stuff. And also, depending on when you hit the button, you get to choose which side you're on, right? So an instant cross-up key blast into special cancel on this guy, you get to choose which side you're going to be on, all depending on when you hit the button. Once again, easy for you to tell because you're the one doing it. For the enemy, a lot more difficult to perceive for sure. And the trickiness, it doesn't stop, basically. Like, now that we know we have all these shenanigans, like off a simple instant air dash heavy, right? So I could just do this, land, go for my down light like you usually would. But I can do this and also immediately go for the EX overhead. So they have to block high multiple times. Like I could go doot-doot. That's a triple overhead right there, right? So if you didn't block all three consecutively overhead, you get got. Conversely, hey, well, I can fast fall down and just work from there, or I can use my aerial side switch and left right you. So the mix-up potential has gotten way higher, right? Like 17, the general neutral game plan, it's kind of the same, He didn't get changes in that regard, but in his ability to just kind of crack you open, be tricky overall, that has gone way, way, way up. And that's kind of the long and short of it. So generally speaking, his combo structure is going to be a lot better if you're willing to burn a little bit of bar. Barrier Blast now leads to a lot better stuff, and you are allowed to EX elbow your way down and just recombo people all the way back down to the ground by yourself. Don't need assist, don't need any of that stuff. And if you're looking for a sliding knockdown, it'll give you one if you just want to stop right there. That's great. And his general trickiness also, it's just really good now. It works out. So he's got the shenanigans, and if you're looking for shenanigans, hey, he's the guy for you. So that is a look at Android 17 in the post-season 3.5 patch of Dragon Ball FighterZ. Maybe his changes aren't crazy like Jiren or something like that, but still, quality of life changes across the board for him. He's basically better at doing what he's designed to do. They aren't reinventing the wheel on the character, so if you like that kind of stuff, hey, it's going to work out for you, I think. Anyways, my friends, that's the end of this video, so thank you very much for watching. Hope this video has found you well. Go out and play some Dragon Ball.